Welcome back to the Shipyard. Yeah, today, first news: Utopia is back. New link. It's Prudent Andorian dot github.io. So if you have a crazy Vulcan link saved, just replace it with Prudent Andorian, and you get there. Otherwise, link in description. So with that, I can now do reviews like I'd been doing. So I wanted to do Faction Pack, Motley Fleet. Kind of realized I hadn't done this, and I haven't done several new things, but this was next on the list. So we're going to start with the Gween. This is a Maquis Raider, and I've seen the light. I kind of like it, but let's get into why. It's a 2-3-3-3. Yeah, that's a lot of threes, and no, that's not necessarily why I like it. But you may equip the inertial compensators upgrade to the ship for free and without requiring an upgrade slot. Those are typically interesting. When attacking, if the defending ship is hit, place an Aux power token beside the defending ship. There's some good that goes with that. A double crew weapon tech. And we're going to skip here. Got to scroll way down to get to inertial compensators because I can't fully explain the Gween without talking about inertial compensators. So while I continue to scroll here, a smart person would have set this stuff up, but I have my moments. Inertial compensators. This ship must have a come about maneuver on its maneuver dial to equip this card. After performing a bank or turn maneuver with a speed of 2 or greater, place an Aux power token beside this ship. Rotate the ship 180 even if the ship's base overlapped another ship's base. Hold 3 or less, 1 per ship. But you basically get come about at will and bank come abouts. Turn come abouts, right? You can make a 45 and come about. You can make a 90 and come about. And you know what? I can just reset, and this is far easier. The Maquis Raider maneuver dial, if you notice, you've got, 2 or greater. So 2, 3 banks, 2, 3 turns. You have 8 options, right? Left and right, at both speeds to come about, plus your 3 come about. Your opponent basically never knows if you're coming about, when you're coming about. There's a lot of variety. And I believe you can still come about on a white. But we'll talk more about that when we get to inertial compensators. Anyways, the Gween is cool. Tough to get a full attack out of it. Tough to get this to work, but there are ways of boosting attack dice. All right, Telev's battle cruiser. It's an Andorian battle cruiser. 3143, crew double weapon tech. When a friendly ship within range 1 is defending, the friendly ship may roll +1 defense die. If that friendly ship is an Andorian battle cruiser, it may also convert a blank into an evade. If the attacking ship is a Vulcan ship, that friendly ship may also add 1 evade. So there's a few intriguing if statements here. Really, this ship shines in mission play, era play. Maybe not even mission play, but era play. I don't love it on a super competitive level. I don't think just adding dice, even the conversions, are great. Plus, Vulcan ships are rarely at the height of play. Now, the Vulcan faction pack may change this. This may be something that's coming in that sees a boost later on. I will revisit that if and when it becomes necessary. I'm going to stay on the side of if rather than when. But Telev's battlecruiser is okay, but not in my highly playable range. It does have that 180 arc. The maneuvers are okay, but it's never going to be my favorite. Now, Harvester Prime is one that has intrigued me. It's a 3-2-5-3, so it's somewhat durable. You get double crew, double weapon. No, Vidians have no need for tech. And it has a combat phase ability. So at the start of the combat phase, you can disable any number of your active shields on the ship and target an opposing ship within range 1 to 3, and disable the same number of active shields -1 on the target ship. Right? So you can get rid of 3 for 2 of theirs. The nice thing is at the start of combat phase, you already have a really good idea of who can shoot who. You don't necessarily know who's going to shoot who, but you can look and go, oh, well, I'm not getting shot. Nobody even has a shot on me. So this is definitely a time to use this ability. Or, well, one ship can shoot at me, so they probably won't kill me. So I might as well. Or, oh, everybody can shoot at me. I'm not touching this ability. So you can also use this to disable your shields to bait people to shooting at you to maybe protect some of your more valuable assets. Harvester Prime has some intriguing play. Again, I consider this probably a little more mission playable. Definitely thematically playable. Not sold on the competitive viability of it yet. But I'm also not ruling it out. And it has a lot to do with this 90 only arc and the maneuver dial basically being a boat. At least it has 2 turns, but I'm just not sold on it. 3 attack dice just isn't enough for me these days. Alright, the USS Dauntless. This is one I'm still trying to figure out. A 2-2-4-5 for 23 points. So all kinds of durability. Not much of a punch. But you can equip a crew as the captain of this ship. And if you do, it counts as a captain instead of a crew. And its captain skill is the printed cost +3. And you can't put an admiral on the ship. So you can put, like, Spock. No attack cancel Spock. Well, that's probably bad. Scan Spock. Scan conversion Spock. Have a captain skill of 8. And you're good. Hood Riker for captain skill of 6. You know, it's weird. It's interesting. I just haven't figured out a way to cheese it. And maybe until I know how to cheese the ability, or maybe not even cheese, but just take more advantage of it than I currently can come up with. Until that happens, I'm not dead set on it. Also, with just 4 tech, it's really tough to get weapons on this. I mean, yeah, you can run a crew like Sakona on here, but then you're getting what? Like a skill 5 captain? It just, at that point, I think you're better off running Calvin Hudson. The maneuver dial on the Dauntless is of course interesting, but it does suffer from this 90-0 arc. So even if you do put a secondary weapon on it and get a bunch of attack dice, you're still limited to firing it from a forward arc. Alright, generic ships, we're not going to talk much about them. They just really don't warrant the time. Alright, Thomas Riker is an interesting captain. Right, we had the transporter duplicate of William T. Riker, William Thomas Riker. You don't pay a faction penalty when equipping this card to a Federation ship. Right, he's an independent captain. And in phase, this ship may perform a maneuver on its dial with a speed of 2 or less. Now that's in phase, right? So you're not avoiding attacks with it, but you are setting yourself up to be a little less... to get out of a bad situation. Because you can 1 bank and then 2 turn or something. there's lots of ways you can get out of things, or you can even start tailing somebody, right? You could two bank and two turn, and now you've gone from being shot at to being right on them type situation. So I like this Riker. I think there's a lot of people who haven't looked at him very much. My biggest concern is that he is a bit expensive at 4 points for what you're getting, but he is extra maneuvers, and those extra maneuvers each round really do come in handy. Arturus. Arturus is weird. So you can't put an admiral with Arturus. You can still have an admiral on another ship in your fleet. But during setup, you select a captain with a printed cost of 4 or less, and Arturus has the ability of that captain card this game. But Arturus can only go on the Dauntless. And it's like, okay, so you're copying somebody, which is interesting, but then you're circumventing what at least this Dauntless does, and then you're not. Yeah, I don't know. This Dauntless is just, or this version of Arturus is just weird. Thematic, perhaps, but weird. All right, our non-unique Vidian captain. Planning phase. Target an opposing ship. Disable one crew upgrade equipped to the target ship. And that's target a ship at range 1. Just feels a little expensive. 3 points for 4 skill. I get that it's good, but it is limited range 1. You do get a talent slot out of it. So, I don't know. I'm okay. I'm just not 100% behind it. Telev. Telev is our Andorian captain. I mean, we had Telev's battle cruiser. We should have Telev. Telev is an Andorian captain. When this ship spins an evade or battle station token, target a friendly ship at range 1 to 2. Put a token of the same type beside the target ship. It's not bad, but it's when spending. So, battle stations, you're going to be spending when you attack, so you're basically boosting a ship that's lower than you or using it defensively, except they're going to avoid that. Same with evade. You have to get shot, and now you're going to put an evade beside somebody and hope that they're the ones getting shot next. It just seems like weird timing. I mean, I'd love it if that happened when you took the action. I think it would be far more beneficial at that point. But even if it was target a captain of equal or lower skill. But yeah, Telev just... I don't have a reason to run Telev. All right, Maquis tactics. After attacking, this ship may perform a 1 straight or bank. And that can only go on a Maquis raider. I like this card because it can happen after every attack. Might only be a once because of the May. Doesn't matter. It's still a good card because you get to use it every round. It's not a discard. It's not a disable. It's not time token. It's a consistent use it, make an attack, and get out of the way. Put this on a high captain and just shoot and move. It feels like the Maquis and their guerrilla warfare tactics. It would also feel like Bajoran militia and their tactics. So again, Maquis tactics, good card. Andorian Imperial Guard. This can only go on Shran or an Andorian captain, even though Shran is an Andorian captain, but we have to be specific about these things. When attacking with an independent weapon, Place 2 time tokens on this card. The ship rolls additional attack dice. This attack equal to the number of time tokens on the independent weapon upgrade being used. Ugh. That's a mouthful. So most of the time it's going to give it 3 extra weapon and 3 extra dice. For 2 points, that's not bad at all. That's not bad whatsoever. And considering that Ferengi photon torpedoes are an independent weapon, this is a viable card. Just saying. Because Ferengi are a sub-faction of independent. So this might actually be one of those nice under-thought of talents. I just put that together now, and well, that was fun. Vidian Solity. Might be Solidarity, but anywho. Can only go on a Vidian captain. When the ship or card equipped to it disables or discards a crew upgrade equipped to an opposing ship, place a mission token on this card. When an independent crew upgrade or captain equipped to this ship would be discarded, you may discard 1 mission token on this card instead. It's a 1-point talent. And 1-point talents don't really exist. The Q have one, which means everybody has one. Think fast. I don't hate it. It's kind of tough to trigger because forcing discards of crew on other ships to get the protection is tricky to pull off. But if you can do it, it works. All right, hypothermic charge. This is your Vidian weapon. Attack, put 2 time tokens on this card, target opposing ship, roll 3 dice, target the ship at range 1 to 2. All damage inflicted by this attack ignores the defending ship's shields. If the defending ship has no active shields, you can reroll any number of your attack dice. See, Vidians just don't get good rolls. I mean, they're good cards. If you can target a ship with Nanclis or projected stasis field, I guess PSF doesn't really matter. But Nanclis, so that they don't have defense dice, then this is fine. But still, three dice for 4 points. I need more than that for my points. All right, enhanced phasers. Now this ship can only go on this card can only go on a ship with 2 or less primary weapons. After this ship attacks with its primary weapon, the ship may make an attack with its primary weapon targeting a different opposing ship in its primary firing arc. I like it, mostly, except for this 2 or less attack, because that makes it really tough to actually hit anything, do damage to anything. You're just not gonna ever punch through defenses that way. So anyway, it's a nice idea. It's a great idea, actually. It's make 1 attack, then make another attack, but very limited. All right, enhanced shield emitters. First off, you get 2 more shields. Then in the combat phase, you can flip up to 2 disabled shield tokens up to their active sides. And in the end phase, you can repair a shield. Downside, can only go on an Andorian battlecruiser. Boy, that card was sounding amazing, right? Right? It was like, hey, you get all this cool stuff, except it can only go on the Andorian battlecruiser. And that right there is kind of my limiting factor. It's good in missions. It's good in era play. I mean, this card is fantastic in era play, but I just can't run it in OP. Particle synthesis. Now, this is a Dauntless class only, so we'll keep that in mind. When defending, before the roll attack dice step, you may roll exactly one defense die that cannot be re-rolled or modified. If you roll a blank, the attacking ship must choose a new legal target for the attack. If no other target can be chosen, the attack is canceled and this card must be discarded. So you get a 3 out of 8 chance to say, hey, I'm safe, go elsewhere. But every so often, that's the end of it. I mean, again, mission playable, I think this is neat. OPs, tournament play, I don't know that I care. Again, it's a nice idea. All right, here's a Maquis Raider Class 4 cloaking device. Because the Maquis had cloaking. Action. Place 2 time tokens on this card. Perform a cloak action as a free action. Even if you don't have it on your bar, then the ship may perform the sensor echo action as a free action, even if it's not on its action bar. And yes, that is a sensor echo immediately after you do a cloak action. It's not, oh, later on you can sensor echo. No, it's right then and there. I mean, it's a nice representation of the Maquis being shifty and being able to kind of get around and go undetected to sensors. But cloak, I don't think was the right way to do it. I think it could have been done with giving them, honestly, a new action where they could barrel roll sensor echo without the cloak action. And I think that their ships would have been a nice candidate for it. All right, the inertial compensators that we already talked about, but let's talk about them just as their own card. It's not an action. It's just a specific maneuver. You got to do a bank or turn with speed of 2 or less. You can put this on any ship. You just can only have one per ship, so it doesn't matter. And you take an ox to do it. So you can still come about while you have an ox, because you can do the white. You can do like a white 3 bank and come about from it. You're still not ever going to clear your ox and get actions, but that's okay. Yeah, this opens up a ton of possibilities with the way you fly. Inertial compensators might be the best card in this pack. If it's not the best, it's certainly one of them. All right, Terra. 5-point unique crew. Action, remove this card from play and target an opposing ship. Discard a captain card or admiral card equipped to the ship. That would be a great ability, even at range 1. But they gave her the Andorian battlecruiser only. And that put the final nail in the coffin. Right? 5 points is expensive, but she's guaranteed to work. The downside, Andorian battlecruiser. Like, I get it. I understand the thematicism, but the gameplay mechanics have to work sometimes. And that's what hurts her. All right. Michael Jonas. I've mentioned Michael Jonas in Cards of the Week. Right, when we talked about Tractor Beam. But let's talk about him again. He is a 3-point crew. Planning phase. Place 2 time tokens on this card. Target an opposing ship at range 1 to 2. The target ship cannot perform a maneuver with a speed greater than 2 this game round. So every other round, you're saying, nope, you don't get to run away. That can be pretty good. He is a piece to a control build. And control builds are, well, at least intriguing. I don't know that they're the be-all, end-all of the game, but I think that they have at least some part to play in the game, especially competitive games. Tiro Anitas, Anadis? I forget how. We'll just call him Tiro. Uh, Planning phase. Target a crew upgrade equipped to an opposing ship. Place a time token on the target crew upgrade. And that's at range 1 to 2. In the end phase, target a crew upgrade with a time token on it equipped to an opposing ship. Add a time token to the target crew upgrade instead of removing one time token. Now this raises some questions for me, because end phase can be resolved in order. There's an initiative order clause. And so this to me feels like it would only work every other round, where you get to actually stack the second time token. But still, let's say you have initiative. So you resolve your effect first. And so you use your Tiro to put a time token on my Hoodriker, which means I don't get him this round. You end phase before me, so you get to time token my Hoodriker again. Now I have 2. I then end phase, so I remove a time token from Hoodriker. So I'm down to 1, but I won't get to use Hoodriker next round. Now you get to use Tiro again, and you get to time token some other crew. But now I end phase first, so I time token first and remove all my time tokens. So I have all my crew back, and now you can't use your end phase ability. I believe that's how it works. Unless this is end phase and start of the end phase, and that might be the way that works. I might have said all of that for no purpose whatsoever. I think I did. I think this is start of the end phase. Anywho, Motura. Action. Discard this card. Target an opposing ship. Discard 1 crew upgrade equipped to the target ship. This ship may perform a maneuver on its dial with a speed of 3 or less. If it does, it cannot attack this game round. It's interesting, right? Get in, discard crew, and bolt a little. Scoot away, maybe. It's a 2-point card. It's a 2-point card to discard. It's kind of saying, hey, I'm going to sacrifice my initial move to be able to perform this action. I'm using my action to discard crew, and then I need to get away because I don't have any quality. I didn't take an evade to live longer. I didn't take battle stations or target lock to shoot better. I think Motura is at least okay. Repurposed cargo hold. This is one of the better cards. This is ship unique, and it had to be, because if it wasn't, well, the game might break. This card counts as a crew, tech, or weapon. And so you fill a slot, and you add a tech or weapon upgrade to the ship's upgrade bar. So basically, you fill what you want to get something else. It's 2 points. Personally, I would have loved to have seen it at 1, but, you can't have all things. So, that's the Motley Fleet pack. I like what exists here. Repurposed cargo hold, Tiro, Michael, inertial compensators. Those all stand out as really good cards. There's some other interesting cards. Maquis Tactics is okay. Thomas Riker is actually pretty good. And the named ships are at least intriguing. Harvester Prime intrigues me. Telev's mission play. The Gween, that's also intriguing. So, I know this faction pack is one of the ones that's tough to find still, but I have heard that some reprints are coming, so hopefully this is among them. And if it is, find it, get it, and play it. And worst case, play it on Tabletop Simulator, because you can try out everything you want on Tabletop Simulator. All right. Take care, guys. Thank you all for watching. And until next time, we'll see you around the shipyard. Bye.